all need heroes, superheroes. Please make sure you get one today, but also identify one either in your office or around you, in your family or in your community, and make sure that you get to identify them and praise them for what they do. And it's by the script. I hope that you can get a lot more of their videos because you can find those videos on YouTube. And we also have a channel on YouTube, fortunately. You get a lot more of our uploaded videos on My Joy Online TV. Good morning to you, Mama V.
Good morning,
looking
Roland.
splendid as always.
Well, thank you.
What are you looking?
One thing I like about the song
today, you look very excited.
I think that we're all of us, all of you watching, everybody here, we're all superheroes. You know why? Because we all struggle to make things right.
Yes.
And the song says that's how a superhero learns to fly.
Yeah. And you could see that from the drama or the sketch in the script. You could see that that person works with a waste company or that's a waste business, but dresses and leaves the house.
Yeah. You know how a father struggles to make his child
comfortable.
Exactly.
Despite the challenges.
Yeah.
Right.
And irrespective of what the father does, the child sees the father as her superhero.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So listen, Charlie, even if the pocket is empty, you're still a superhero because we all struggle to make things right. It's a Friday. For those of you who enjoyed the holiday yesterday, well, no excuses. I've got a question. How many of you today are faking sickness and not reporting to work? And in Accra, in some parts of Accra, it's raining. So I hope you will not send your boss a text message and say, my area is flooded. You're being lazy. Wake up and go to work. It's a Friday and it's a working day. But if you missed the news, we're here to quickly update you. We've got the newspapers. We'll do the online portals as well. We'll do your messages. So send us your text messages and we will share it with everybody else. If you've got a special message, I want to be the one to deliver. And then we've got a story also to share. It's filed by Richard Kwajonyako. We're going to be calling all of us to support. It's a story that we have to pay attention to. It's not just a story. It's a message that we're sending across. So just stay right there. But I want to say a very special good morning to a very good friend of mine. Nana JC is a lecturer at the Koforidua Technical University. I know that you're watching. More salutes and a special good morning to your wife as well. Roland, let's do the newspapers.
So we do the Daily Guide. On the front page of the Daily Guide, we have Nana meets Trump. Yesterday we brought you a feature. Those snippets of sound bites, which he said his friends, they come to countries in Africa. They make a lot of money. So we make friends of Donald Trump and the rest in the Western world rich. We don't make our own rich. That's what we do in Africa. Well, we're building New Ghana. And then also we have Giselle Yazi pops up in the U.S. Omane Boama fight Botry. And those are the stories we have on the front page of the Daily Guide. We have the Finder. So on the front page of the Finder, we have Ghana dumps enriched uranium to remain nuclear weapon-free country, president. And this one is quite interesting. So it's on page 2. It says, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has told the international community that as part of a commitment to remain a nuclear weapon-free country, Ghana's nuclear reactor has been converted to use low-enriched fuel for power generation. Consequently, highly enriched uranium was flown out of Ghana back to China some 3 weeks ago. All right. And then we have the Daily Dispatch newspaper. It has on the front page, fuel prices hit all-time high. And we know, apparently, I hadn't had difficulties at the pumps until yesterday I went to refill my tank. So I got to know that,
Yeah, it's real.
Yeah, it's real.
It's real.
There's a Yazi wanted for fraud in U.S., Colombia, and Venezuela. And then we have Akufo-Addo and others hold talks with Donald Trump. That's on the front page of the Daily Dispatch newspaper.
Let's continue with the Business and Financial Times newspaper. It's the last hardcore newspaper that we'll do, and then we'll focus attention online. On the front page of the Business and Financial Times, will free SHS trigger merger of universities? That's a big question, and wonder where that is coming from, but it's for all of us to read this piece in the Business and Financial Times. HFC in talks with 2 banks to meet 400 million Ghana cedis minimum capital requirements. Insurers must innovate. KPMG officials seem to be telling all the insurance companies in Ghana. So that's the message there in the Business and Financial Times. On the back page of the paper, Zenith Bank launches corporate MasterCard prepaid and debit. Champions healthy living with a health walk. And Neblis margins train 50 ICT entrepreneurs. That's also another story on the back page of the Business and Financial Times. Straight up, we go online, but let's do a few of your messages while we get ready to do myjoyonline.com. This message says, Nelson Mandela. Okay, where are you? Nelson is pretty long, so I'm going to cut it short. Nelson Mandela went to jail for 27 years in quest to gain independence for South Africa. He later became the first black. His day is honored and is not a holiday in South Africa. Workers go to work and students go to school. Kwame Nkrumah got Ghana independence. Okay, we get the import of what you're saying. It shouldn't be a holiday, I guess. That's from Bobo sending us this message. Question. Can this day be honored without being a holiday? All right. This one says, Mamo, I need your help. Okay, how can I? All right. This is almost like a personal message, so we'll get back to you. A. Alidu also says, NPP gurus need to be candid. And I'll come back to continue this message. Let's do myjoyonline.com, Roland.
Okay, so, Mama, we have a couple of stories on myjoyonline.com.
Let's start it right. Okay, Mental Health Authority unhappy with lip service to problems. And the Mental Health Authority says it is in quandary on whether or not, Nana Jesse is listening, so if I pronounce something wrong, he's going to correct me, to proceed with the passage of the legislative instrument to the Mental Health Act 846. Details when you click the story on myjoyonline.com. Cocoa Board signs $1.3 billion loan for 2017-2018 cocoa purchases. Also on our page, Ghana will respond after ITLO's decision. That's according to our president. And today we'll tell you, we're going to let you know how we even came to this point in the first place. So after the AM talk with Roland Walker, we're going to be paying attention to that decision that will be made tomorrow, Saturday, 23rd of September. And then we'll play back a conversation that we had also with, the big lawyer, Samuel Kujeto, on this particular. He was in charge of the Togo Demarcation Commission way back. And that demarcation, that boundary demarcation as well, we didn't finish. Yes, so there are a lot of, boundary issues that we haven't completed, and they may just come back to haunt us, just like this one on the sea with La Côte d'Ivoire. So that conversation is heavy here on the show today. Quickly, let's move on. Jenapo Otiko Jaba take selfie as a Kufuor addresses UN General Assembly. All right. Okay, we'll leave Wafu to Benedict. He'll be here to tell us all about it. Ghana is growing economy to limit adventures across Sahara deserts. That's according to our president. We'll play you back a bit of his speech as well on AM Talk. Be fair to Africa, Kufuor tells the UN. I hope they listen. NDC vows to resist attempt to project Dankwa in Ghana's independence struggle. Are they crying a lot more than the bereaved? Okay, so lots of stories on myjoyonline.com that you can check out. Yeah.
So we have City FM Online. We have a number of stories. Ghana among countries with most bounced U.S. visas. Well, I've been bounced for how many times now? I think 3 times. So.
Have you seriously been bounced?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody gets bounced.
The last one was last year.
Everybody gets
Mawako
bounced.
supervisor bill application dismissed ahead of appeal. Ghanaian Times workers to return to work temporarily. And Ghana's economic progress due to democracy, Ekufuado. We have other stories also on the page. Don't use music for propaganda. Award-winning rapper Kwame
M. Dots.
manifests.
M. Dots.
I mean, you have to acknowledge he's one of the best rappers we have in Ghana. But the best of the best is Sarkodie.
Oh, please.
And then we have, let's go to the Africa page of the BBC. Migrants missing after boat capsizes. At least 50 people are feared to have drowned after a dinghy reportedly ran out of fuel off the Libyan coast. Very unfortunate. But you go up, and the Africa Highlight is talking about Nigeria banning Biafra separatists in U10, and it's almost like the Nigerian government says it had learned its lessons, especially with its the way it handled the initial insurgency of Boko Haram, and now wants to cap any uprising or any separatist movement or thoughts in the Biafra area. Makes a lot of sense.
Okay, all right. So that's it for the review. Really, that's it for the newspapers that we have. Yeah?
Pretty much.
Okay, pretty much. I like pretty much. But there's a story that we want to share with all of us. And so we want you to pay attention to this story. We'll come back, and then you will tell us how we can all support. She went into labor and gave birth like any other woman, but after the birth of her third child, Mary Nyako's husband, Emmanuel Kingsford Hagan, stands to lose both her wife and the 9-month-old baby. The wife, a 35-year-old woman, has developed a brain tumor and is unable to recognize her own child, while fluids have built up in the head of the baby, a medical condition known as hydrocephalus. Richard Kojonyako travels to Emisano, correct, Roland? All right. It's a community near Cape Coast to find out more of the story.
The predicament of Mary Nyako started after she gave birth to her third child. The child was diagnosed of hydrocephalus, a health condition that occurs when fluid builds up in the skull and causes the brain to swell.
She gave birth to our last baby on December 19th last year. Then from that on, she was behaving somehow abnormally, but we thought it was after birth. So about 5 months ago, it became serious. She fell sick, and then because of that, she couldn't take care of the baby. So we first took the baby to hospital, and then we saw that the baby was seriously sick. So after treating the baby at the Cape Coast Regional Hospital, they directed us to intubate him because it means the head was swollen, and they thought that there was water inside.
Mary's husband, Emmanuel Kingsford Hagan, a poor farmer who takes very active part in the activities of the Catholic Church here at Emisano, has been supported heavily by the church. The church has made countless contributions to the family in their bid to save the child. Reverend Father Patrick is a Catholic priest in charge of the church. He is almost exhausted the church's fund. The church's account is depleted as a result.
We need somebody who can care for the baby, since the mother cannot care for the baby. And all this involves money. You have to pay the person and all that. So far, we have spent over 20,000 Ghana cedis on the baby.
Just as the baby was recovering from the health condition as a result of the support received from Father Patrick and the Catholic Church at Emisano, the mother's health condition began to deteriorate. Doctors at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital said the mother had developed a brain tumor, a condition that makes her unable to recognize her own children. Her sight is failing, and she can hardly walk as well. Her husband is devastated.
So they did two times operation on the head of the baby, and we stayed at the Kolebu for more than 2 months. So I was there taking care of the baby with a certain woman. Then because I was there, her problem also became serious. So when the baby was a little bit okay, and I came back, I saw that she has lost sense of control, like answering question properly wasn't there, and she couldn't see as you can see from here. And then controlling the body is also a problem.
For now, she cannot walk without any support. She is carried from her room with the support of her husband and some relatives. She can barely utter a word. For now, her condition deteriorates by the minute, and the husband fears if no support comes, he might lose both mother and the child.
Because we spent a lot of more than 20,000 on the baby. In fact, there's no money to use for the operation. So we are soliciting for the public to help us. Other than that, within a short time, we don't think she'll be here again.
Reporting for Joy News, Richard Kwejanyako, Cape Coast.
Okay, now you tell us how we can all support. We do what we do every day. We wake up and go to work. Yeah, if it's just us, I hear it's because of, you know, the fact that we have to support each other. That's why I believe we wake up and we do all the things that we do. So you tell us how you think you can support us with this particular issue. We'll come back and deal with it properly later on in the course of the program. But thanks to Richard Kwejanyako for sharing this with all of us. Please, let's not allow this beautiful woman to just pass, and her child as well. So this is where we'll leave the conversation. We'll make way for sports. We've got AM Talk. Roland, you've got a powerful panel today.
Yes, I have Dr. Ali Duseidu. He's a senior lecturer with the Political Science Department of the University of Ghana, and he will be here alongside one of the greats we have, a marketing professor, as they will say in the US, Dr. Kobe Mensah, has a specialty in political marketing. Okay,
so we're going to be discussing the president's UN message. We're going to look at all the political activities that have happened as well. Fantastic. You know, in the past couple of days, all those heavy conversations.
We have great things to talk about because, for example, his focus is always on how the political parties need to sell their messages, and we'll have great perspective.
I've got a question even before they come. The NDC on Nkrumah, I mean, what kind of package is that? What kind of message is that sending across? So it will be interesting. Stay with us. We've got sports. But good morning to my good friend Nana Jesse, and he's a lecturer at the Koforidua Technical University. I hope that you have a wonderful morning. If you live in Accra, it's raining in some parts of Accra, so you've got to be careful. If you have no business, it's a Friday, stay at home and chill. But no excuses. Go to work. If you're faking an excuse not to go to work, send me a message. I won't tell your boss. Stay with us. Benedict is up next.